Hey all, my name is Angelica Rubio, State Representative for District 35, representing the city of Las Cruces, and this is a legislative update. I am back home here in Las Cruces. Today is Thursday. Opening day was on Tuesday, and tomorrow we do not have a floor session, and so I decided to come home. I'm going to be leading a bike ride on Saturdays, so if anybody's interested, please DM me and I will provide you some information about that. This week, as I mentioned in previous videos, is relatively slow when it comes to the legislative session. We have to go through a whole process of introduction of legislation. And this process takes a while because there's so many bills that are coming in that are being drafted that we are filing and then are being distributed to and assigned to different committees. And so that is the process that we're going through. And so it feels slow right now, but within the next couple weeks, things are going to start moving really fast because they'll be assigned to these committees and we'll start having committee hearings. And then once those bills get out of committee, if they pass, then they'll come to the bigger House chamber where we'll do a full-on debate on these bills and then send them off to the Senate if they pass, and then the Senate's doing the same thing at the same time, and their bills coming over to us, and then eventually they'll make it up to the governor to sign into law. And so it's a really big process. If you're interested in following our webcast, because we do a live webcast of all of the proceedings of the legislative session, including committees, you can go to nmlegis.gov and just click on the webcast, and you can watch it while we're in session. We also provide public comment, so if you can't make it up to Santa Fe, if there's an issue that's really important to you but you can't make it to Santa Fe, you can definitely go to that website that I just shared, and then under each committee there will be a specific Zoom link that we use Zoom for public comment. And so you'll be able to find the details around how and when you can call in and then provide public comment on an issue that's really important to you. Now, I think one thing that's really important to share is that there right now, even within just the last couple days that we've been in session, there are already hundreds and hundreds of bills that have already been introduced. I think in the House right now, there's like over 150 bills that have been introduced. In the Senate, I think it's a little bit less than that. But as you can imagine, because there's so much going on around our state, every legislator representing different interests, there's a piece of legislation for almost everything that you can imagine. As you can see, there's like all these bills that are already being introduced. I tried to minimize it as much as I could, but I couldn't. And so we'll keep doing more. We'll be introducing more and more legislation. I'm going to be introducing several more pieces of legislation, and just working within the confines of the 60-day session and trying to get as much done as possible. There is another process we call capital outlay. That process is very overwhelming, but essentially it's related to the budget. And so with the budget right now, we have a framework that we're going to be starting to work on pretty soon that we're all going to vote on to either support or not. I think one thing that's really important to understand is that the budget is based on how much revenue is coming into the state, and then we either put money away, which we do, we put away a lot of money in savings, but we have to use other things to not only like pay our bills, but also to make long-term investments. And so in addition to that, we each in the legislature, for folks in the House and folks in the Senate, we each get a certain amount of money allocated to our districts so that we then put that money into into projects that are happening here in our districts, we all get the same amount. It doesn't matter how big the counties or the districts we represent or the amount of people that we represent. We all get the same amount of funds. I don't necessarily think that it's equitable. I think it's just not something that I personally am thrilled to do with capital outlay, but I know that there has been a lot of changes to it, and I hope that there are changes that we continue to make over time to make the process a lot better. And so while we're introducing all this legislation, we're also working on the budget simultaneously and talking to a lot of our local leaders to make sure that we're making the right investments. I know that this is a lot, y'all, and so it's really hard to put onto a video. And so one of the things that I am proposing to do starting next week is that I have started a Substack. I started a Substack and hope you will join me. I'm going to be doing lives every night, or at least try to do lives every night, to just answer any questions that you might all have based on that day specifically, or on anything that might be going on in the legislature that you have some questions about. Please feel free, go to rubiolnm35.substack.com, and I just misspelled it, and just register, subscribe. And if you have it on you, and it's better to have the app on your phone, because you'll get alerts once I start going live. I'd love to still use TikTok if possible, but as I noted the other night, it's been kind of weird this week being on the app. And so I'm not on it as much as I used to be. And that's why I'm spending a lot of my time on Substack. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of that. And then, of course, I'll be sharing a lot of my stuff on YouTube as well. With that, y'all, take care. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And we'll talk soon.